Great. Well, again, to everybody out in Facebook and my Zoom friends, thanks for joining me today for this Mother's Day edition. We're going to do a little different work today, so we'll get started here soon. And again, listen to your body. We'll modify as needed, and let's just have fun together. Moving and breathing together. So before we get started, before I go over to my big mat, Mother's Day always reminds me of our mothers and mother's hands. So we're going to do a little bit of some stretch for our hands before we get started. All right, so just taking your hands and stretching them really, really wide, some jazz hand there, and then pulling them in really tight. And again, just opening the hands and expanding, and then coming back in. And then we're going to do some finger flamenco style rolls. So just initiating with your pinkies curling in and then furling out. And see how articulate you can be with those hands warming up through those joints. Good. And then reverse. You can go thumbs first. Takes a little coordination. Thumbs and thumbs opening. Good. Stretching out those wrists. That's it. And then just linking your hands together and pressing through and stretching. Good. And then going the other way and opening the hands. Palms coming out. Good. Great. And then just giving some massage to the heels of the hands toward the pinky sides. And then the thumb, the meat in there. Good. Good. And then have your hand facing you. You're going to take the other hand and place the thumb against the back of the hand, and then wrap your hand around your fingers, and then just diving forward, opening up through the wrist, the carpal tunnel area there, stretching and just diving your hand forward, especially if you've been working with your hands a lot on the computer perhaps. And then try the other side. So taking that hand and then make that L shape, go right there, thumb in between the bones of the metacarpals there, and then just stretching through, diving forward. There you go. Opening up the wrist. Good. Couple more. Nice. And then just shake, 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 shake. Shake it out. Great. And then I'll go ahead and move my camera back for my Zoom friends. We could go ahead and get started on the mat. All right. Now that our hands are nicely warmed up, let's take our shoulders, inhaling and just shrugging your shoulders up to your ears. Exhaling. Let it be soft and easy. Try that again. Inhale, shrugging up. And exhale. Down. Good. Then send those hands, those jazz hands, palms reaching out to the sides. So I'm really reaching through my heels, feeling that energy through the wrist, through the palm of the hand. Good. And then just let that release into a long arm, and then point your hands down. So you're flexing your wrist downward this way and reaching the hands down. So feeling that energy through the wrist in a little different way. And then again, reach out through the arms. Let's send one arm up by the ear, the other hand can come rest to the floor, and then to our side, bend up and over, lengthening long. And you can sit however is comfortable with your legs here. Just you can keep both sitting bones reaching down to the floor. Good. And then let's reach up, and then try the other side. Inhale, reaching long. Exhale, up and over, just opening up, encouraging that side body to lengthen. Good. And bring yourself back up. Let's try adding our little rotation. So same at the beginning. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, up and over. And then scooping the belly and curving on that diagonal, hollowing the belly button inward. Feeling that lovely stretch across the low back. Bring yourself back to sideways position. And exhale, coming back up. Let's try the other side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, up and over, feeling that long stretch through the side body. Exhale, hollow and scoop and curl, feeling that stretch through the low back. Great. Coming back to center. And exhale, Coming back up, good. Shoulders just roll up and back a few times. Easy neck and head. Great. Bring your legs out in front if they're not already there, but hold on to your shins. And so you're sitting up nice and long and tall. And then we're going to contract, hollowing and rolling back. So I'm just holding on to my knees or shins and rounding through the back, looking into the pit of the belly. And then bringing myself forward, sitting back up on top of those sit bones, and then letting your sternum paint the ceiling, looking up nice and long through the back of the neck, and back to center. Let's try that again. Hollow and contract, round, feeling wide across those shoulder blades in the back, and then fold over that waistline, rock yourself back up to sit, and then just lift your heart, looking up, shoulders dripping away from those ears. Good, and then coming back to center. One more time, hollowing and rolling back. And this time we're going to play peekaboo. You're going to shift your ribs and look over to one side and bring it back to center, and then shift your ribs, look to the other side. Perhaps feeling some different stretch. One more time, each way, shift and center, still curling, pulling those abs in, other side. Good, and back to center. Bring yourself back up. Open those knees apart. Reach the arms up, 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 up. And then reaching forward, curving over. Stretch out those hips. Good. And then just roll your spine back up, and we'll move on into our mat work here. So we can turn and bring our legs to the side. You can do this holding onto your legs if you need to. We're going to try to roll down nice and slow today, one vertebrae at a time. I'm going to demonstrate without holding onto my legs, but please feel free to do so. Start with an inhale and then exhale. See if you can one link of the chain at a time. Super slowly rolling down. Exhale, hollowing out your belly. See if you can slowly, not veering one way or the other, but right down that center line, roll yourself down onto the floor. And just relax there with your head on the floor on the mat. Arms are going to be surrendered, palms up today. Legs are parallel, sitting bone distance apart. Take that inhale. Exhale, initiate with your abdominals, scooping and rounding. And then continue to lift your hips up, feeling that nice long reach. One long line from your knees through your hips to your shoulders. Abdominals nice and strong, zipped up. Inhale here. Exhale, hollowing, rolling down. Again, one link of the chain at a time, curving through that low back, rolling back down, home again, home again. Let's try that again. Inhale. Exhale, scooping up, feeling the strength underneath the backs of the legs and into the glutes. Abdominal seatbelt with you. Inhale there. And then exhaling, hollowing and rolling back down, one vertebrae at a time. Let's try that again. Exhale and scoop, strong and open through the feet, parallel legs. And then just with your hips, we're going to draw infinity signs. So you're just going to let your pelvis dip and lift, and dip and lift. So drawing little figure eights, or an infinity sign on its side there, scooping and just side winding one way and then the other. Perhaps again getting different stretch to the low back and the front of the hips. And then go ahead and lift back up to your initial bridge. Breathe in, exhale, softening again right down the middle, rolling all the way back down. And then collect your legs into your chest. Nice stretch for the low back, through the backs of those legs after that work. Take a little rock side to side. Easy does it through that low spine. Extend one leg long on the floor, feeling that energy reach down and long through the front of the hip while you continue to fold this other knee into your chest. And then we'll reach that leg slightly straighter, keeping it maybe just a little bit bent. Working through the feet, flexing and pointing a few times there. Just as we spent time in the beginning with that articulation with the hands, let's also clean out the peanut butter jar with your foot. So really getting that circling action, spreading and curling the toes, spreading and curling, and then reverse a few times each way. with attention to all those bones, all those joints in the foot. Now then, lengthen the leg longer to feel the stretch to the hamstrings. You can hold behind the thigh or higher up at the calf. Continuing to feel the bottom leg long on the floor. That's it. And we'll breathe, sending your exhales down into those tight places you may be finding. And let's bend and fold. Flex and bend just to relax that stretch. Take a breath in. Exhale, lengthen through your heel, reach back up again. Good. And then point the foot, maybe getting a little deeper into your stretch. Let's try that again. Bend and flex, fold. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen and reach. Good. And then point through the foot. Place your hands down on the floor as your training wheels, and let's do our leg circles. We'll just do 4 each way. Inhale, go across the body and circle on the ceiling. Exhale, down, around, and up. Inhale, cross. Exhale, circle. The size of your circle depends on the strength in your center, your ability to keep that pelvis steady. Last one, exhale. Let's reverse 4 times. Inhale, open. Exhale, circle, swing. Easy neck and throat here. No tension in the shoulders. Good. Again, 2 more. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And then lengthen. Cast that leg long all the way down to the floor. Feeling longer maybe through that leg. Let's do the other side. Fold the other knee into the chest. Again, that leg we just circled is now long and heavy on the floor as we fold and work that crease in the hip socket here. And then as we're ready, slightly extend that leg to focus on the footwork, flexing and pointing, flexing and pointing, working that ankle joint. And then again, circling the foot, cleaning the inside of a peanut butter jar. My ballet teacher always makes me think about that image. And then reversing directions. Opening, spreading those toes and curling the toes. That's it. Nice. And then exhale, reach longer through the leg. Find a hold of the leg and give yourself that hamstring stretch. Both legs reaching in opposition. Again, holding either behind the thigh or higher up toward the calf. Whew, deep breaths there. And then bend the knee, flex the foot, fold and rest. Inhale, prepare, exhale, reach through that heel, still flex, feeling that deeper calf stretch. And then point to get deeper into your hamstring stretch perhaps. And one more time like that, bending and folding in. And exhale, reach. And then lengthen through the ankle, point through the foot. Hands come down to the floor for hip circles. Inhale, leg goes across. Exhale, circle swing 1. Abdominal seatbelt locked in place. And 2. Good. Inhale, exhale 3. And again 4. Let's reverse it. Inhale, open and circle 1. And again, exhale, scoop 2. And again, 3. And last one, 4. Good. Reach to that leg. Find that equal length now through both legs. And just let them be heavy and released here. Good. We're going to keep the legs there and just work on that upper shelf, that curve underneath your sternum. So if you need to, you can use your mat to give yourself a little support as we go up. Otherwise, you're just going to reach your fingers long by your sides. Exhale, reach, sliding the shoulders away from the ears, and peekaboo at your toes. So we're zipping up your jeans, feeling those abdominals with you, just looking down at those legs, feeling your abdominals engaged. Inhale, exhale, roll back down. Good. Try that again. Inhale, exhale. Not easy neck, just looking at your feet, looking at your zipper there. Good. And then rolling back down. Now we're going to go ahead and move into the exercise, the 100, while our legs are laying on the floor, just lying on the floor long. If you're more advanced, I'll show you some variations you can add in there. But we're going to inhale, exhale with or without the mat, curl up. We're going to pump our arms, keeping our pants zipped as we move. And we're going to inhale through the nose, 5 breaths. In, in, blow it out, 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 out. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Keeping those abdominals zipping up on the exhales especially. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. I'm adding fancy choreography with the legs. And again, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3. Let's do 2 more sets. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. One more. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rest yourself back down. Thanks for playing along if you followed my choreography there with the legs. We're moving into roll up. Take your arms up to the sky. Exhale, button up your vest as you reach your arms overhead without arching the back. We proceed into roll up. Inhale those arms again. That same exact chest fold we just found. Now continue to roll up. Use your fingers, let your fingers do the walking if you need to, or bend your knees. And then stretching long over those legs, reaching the fingertips away from your belly button pulling away from your nose. Inhale, exhale again, slowly as we did at the beginning, rolling back down. Again, bend your knees and hold on if you need to. And slowly, 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 right down that center line, rolling back down. I'll continue to demonstrate the little bit more advanced version. Reaching the arms overhead, inhale, prepare. Exhale, nod and scoop, feeling those abdominals zip up. And then just reaching, keeping that fold at the waist, reaching away and hovering with the upper body. Take a breath to prepare, exhaling as you descend. Again, one vertebrae at a time, shoulders relaxed. And melting right back down again. Great job. Let's just do one more time. Inhale those arms up and exhale, breathe, scoop. One fluid action. This time, waddle your sit bones apart and just stretch a little bit further forward into more of a hamstring stretch here. Good, and then rolling up through your spine. Bend your knees back in again, and you're gonna hold on to your ankles and find that little tippy toe place. So you're scooping your abdominals deeply and rounding through the low back, rounding through the spine, drippy, easy shoulders, no tension in the upper body. Just finding your balance to begin with. If you're ready for a little game, we'll practice our rolling like a ball. Abs deep, zip deeply. We inhale, rock back. Exhale, find that balance again without touching your feet on the floor. That's it. Hot lava under your toes. Again, inhale, rock. And exhale, rolling back up, shoulders easy. Couple more. Inhale, rock. And exhale, roll. Good. And one more time. Inhale, rock. And exhale, roll. Good. Open those legs apart. Go ahead and allow your knees to open. Take that little butterfly stretch forward again. We're going to mix up the order of things a little bit today. And since we're already in this rocking and rolling mode, we're going to try seal again today. So my hands are going to go between my legs here and then holding onto my ankle. So I'm kind of got my elbows on the inside of my inner thighs here. And again, I'm going to pick my feet up and try to be really, really loose and easy in those hips so the legs can move. In fact, it's called seal because we're going to bark like a seal and clap our legs together. 1, 2, 3. We roll back, clap while you're upside down, and roll back up and find your balance. I promise this is a Pilates exercise. I'm not just making this up for my own enjoyment. Here we go. We clap. Arf, arf, arf. We roll. Arf, arf, arf. We roll and balance. Abs are your brakes. That's it. It makes us smile at least. 1, 2, 3. We roll. 1, 2, 3. We rock and roll. Hold. Yes. One more time. And it's okay to smile. 1, 2, 3. And rock back. 1, 2, 3. Rock up and find that balance. Good. Unwind your arms. Bring those legs back together. Scooping the belly deeply. See if you can extend the legs and find that teaser balance. That's it. If you're brave, take one hand away. And the other hand away. Oh, triumph. Bend your knees back in. And we're going to move into our abdominal series. From here, scoop your belly and see if you can slowly roll back without going kerplop onto your back. Good. And we're just going to do a few of our Fab 5 exercises, not all. We'll start with double bent leg today. So in that same chest fold, exhale, curl up, or by all means, use your mat. We're going to inhale like we're taking off our top hat and extend the legs out, keeping the legs together, maintaining that scoop. Exhale, swim through with your arms folding back into that little ball. Inhale, tighten your waistline, lengthen away from center. Exhale, gather back in. Good. Inhale, looking at that zipper. Exhale, folding in. 2 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, gather. And again, inhale, reach. And exhale, gather. Good. Let your head rest on the floor there. And we're going to extend both legs up. You can place your hands underneath the outer edges of your hips if that feels good to you. And now we're going to do double straight leg stretch. Flexing the feet. Inhale. See how low you can lower your legs without losing your connection, without arching that low back. Point the toes. Exhale. Reel it back in from your low belly. Gather back up. Inhale, reach, easy collarbones. Exhale, fold back up. Inhale, lengthen away. And exhale, curl back up. If you'd like to make this more challenging, fold up underneath that sternum. Inhale, reach. Exhale, gather, pull. Inhale, reach. Exhale, gather, pull. Quiver, quiver. One more time. Inhale, reach. And exhale. Good. Bend your knees, relax your head back down. Now, and for our favorite of the Fab 5, hands behind the head, we'll do our crisscross for those obliques. Big inhale again. Exhale, fold and curl up. We're going to extend one leg long while the other leg is bent. Rotate around that sternum, opposite elbow towards your knee, and look behind you with your eyes. We twist, reach, and we breathe. Inhale, switch. Inhale, switch. Exhale, exhale. Again, inhale, inhale. Scooping those abs out and out. Again, in and in. Exhale, exhale. Last time, in and in. Exhale, exhale, and relax back down. Very, very nice. Good. From here, extend your legs up to the ceiling. And just for now, both legs working. Hands can be your training wheels beside you. We're going to circle and stir the legs around, both together. Start small. Again, you may feel a little massage for that low back. See how steady you can keep your pelvis as your legs circle. And now we're going to go the other direction. Inhale around and exhale, circle. And around. Low belly strong. And 2 more. Good. Now that we're nice and warmed up through our core. Great. Now then, we're going to go for some rollover today. And I'll explain this if this is challenging for you. You can start with your knees bent and just trying to pull the knees into the chest to lift the hips up off the floor. So if this is a good place for you to start, then by all means, work on just that low abdominal scoop. If you'd like to go into more advanced work, the legs are long. We do that same initiation from the low belly. Exhale, peel yourself up so your hips are lifted, your legs are parallel to the floor, easy neck and shoulders. Inhale, open the legs apart. Exhale, scoop your abdominals, slow motion. Try to roll down with control, 1 vertebra at a time, easy open collarbones. And then challenge yourself. Take the legs away from center, scoop and gather, return and repeat. Exhale, scooping upside down. Good, everyone. Inhale, open those legs apart. Exhale, long energy out through the top of your head. Abs retreating inward toward the mat, trying to really control that descent. Let's try 2 times reversing. Start with your legs apart. Exhale, scooping lift. Inhale, legs come together. And then pull your belly button in Slow descent, easy forehead, easy throat. Melting back down one more time, legs apart. Exhale, scoop. Inhale, legs connect together, and exhaling, rolling down with control. Joseph Pilates would tell you, you are as young as your spine is flexible. So it's a great goal for us to all work on that flexibility of the spine. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little rest. Good. And then notch into chest. Round yourself back up to a sitting position and slide back so that you can extend the legs out in front of yourself. And I have my feet flexed. We'll do our spine stretch forward, reaching the arms out in front, shoulders dripping away from those ears. Inhale, feel the length of your spine. Exhale, hollowing and reaching forward as you pull your belly button deeply toward the wall behind you. Exhale out all your air. Inhale, inflate, roll back up. Heavy, drippy shoulders. And try that again. Inhale, tall, and exhale, curving, reaching forward, all the way down. Inhale, inflate to roll back up. We'll move into our saw. Arms open out to the side. Pelvis stays anchored. We rotate from the waistline. Inhale. Exhale, fold and reach. Lengthening, listening to that knee, and reaching both hands in opposition. Inhale, rounding back up. And exhale, unwind. Other side. Inhale, tall. Exhale, fold and reach. Good. And inhale, pulling up through that center. Exhale, unwind. Again, inhale, feeling that wingspan through the arms. Exhale, fold and reach. Feeling that opposite sit bone still anchored on the floor. Inhale, pulling yourself up, energy through those heels. Exhale, unwind. Other side, last time. Inhale, exhale, fold and lengthen. Good. Inhale, pulling yourself back up. And exhale, unwind. Good. Let's roll over onto our bellies. Good. And just place your hands next to your shoulders. Legs can be slightly apart. And starting looking down at your mat, we're going to go into our little baby swan to start. So I imagine I push a marble with my nose, and I'm watching it roll on the floor, starting with that cervical spine extension, moving into the thoracic spine. The marble crawls up the wall magically. You press into your hands, and abs lift to open the chest and stretch those abdominals out, and long back of the neck. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly following that focus back down that arc, all the way back down, getting longer and longer and longer through the spine. As you return, try that again. Initiating with the top of the spine. Abs are still lifted to help support you. And then as you're ready, press into the hands. Exhale. Keep those shoulders away from those ears. Feel strong underneath your armpits. Inhale here. And exhale. Slowly lowering back down. Good. And because it's Mother's Day, we're going to have fun. If you'd like, you can join me for a swan dive here. We do that same extension. Abs lift. Press into the hands, open the chest. Heart light is shining forward. And you're going to let go with your hands and reach for your mama. Help! And catch. Find that shape again. So you're maintaining your swan position. Reach, mama. And catch. Two more. Reach, mama. And catch. Last time. Reach. And catch. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lowering back down. Woo, and relax. Good. Press back into hands and knees. And you're going to feel that lift through the low belly. Abs up and in. Stretch that cat back. Round, looking towards your tail. And back to center. Slide the shoulders, open the chest, and arch into your cow. And back to center. One more time. Hollow and lift. Feel that stretch up and in. And then back to center. And then slide and open the heart. Good. And come back to center. So starting in that long spine, we're going to do a little side bend. So you're going to let your head and your pelvis curve to one side and try to look toward that tail. So I'm just condensing this side of my waistline and lengthening the other side. Come back to center, other way. Head and tail move toward the same direction. Side bending. Feeling length on this side and condensing toward the side you're looking toward. Do that again. Head and tail curve. Side and center, and head and tail curve side and center. Good. Now then, we're going to draw circles with our head and our tail. I call this sexy cat. So we're going to start in that cat back here. And then toward me, head and tail move to the side. Arching head and tail look up. Head and tail look to the other side. And then back to that mad Halloween cat. Try that again. To the side. Go slowly so you don't get dizzy. Looking up. And side. And center. Let's reverse to the other side. Head and tail circling, opening your chest to the side. And curl one more time. Head and tail side. And up to the ceiling. And side. And center. Sit back toward your heels. Take a little stretch in that child's pose position. Breathe into the low back after all that good mobility work. Good. Bring yourself back again to your hands and knees, but this time bring your feet together, knees together rather, and feet. Hands are still right under your shoulders. We're going to practice our little coffee table float. Balls of the feet tucked, so you're going to be on the balls of your feet. Abs are lifting, opening your chest, lifting your knees an inch off the floor. Stay and breathe. 5 deep breaths. Floating, little mini plank position. Balancing on your hands and your toes. Stay. After 5 breaths, slowly bring yourself back down. We're going to do it one more time. Stretch out your wrists if you need to. And we do it one more time. Abs lift, heart lifts, feel wide across that upper back. And float those feet, knees up off the floor, balancing on the balls of the feet. Energy out to the top of your head, just looking down between your hands. If you're feeling ambitious, take one foot off the floor, knees still pulling together. And then bring it back. Other side. Lift your foot. Keep just an inch off the floor. And return. And last but not least, relax, release. Stretch out those hands. And breathe into that low back once again. Good job. Good, good, good. Come back into all fours, but this time you can separate those knees again apart. We'll do our thread the needle stretch today. So we're going to lift and inhale, open the chest, reaching for the sky, and then fingertips dive through on the diagonal. Spiral and stretch and breathe. And then lift yourself back up, press into that hand on the floor, and return to all fours. Other side. Inhale, spiral the torso, open, big reach. Exhale, thread the needle to dive and twist. I'm just reaching side of the head onto the floor, perhaps putting some pressure into that shoulder to stretch the shoulder blade out. Nice, everybody. Good. And then return. For our feet now, extend one leg back like you're going to go into a push-up position, but you're not. You're just stretching your heel down toward the floor. So we're getting that great calf stretch. So really energizing, reaching like you're going to try to step on your heel on the floor there. Lengthening the back knee. And then we'll do that for the other side. Other foot reaches back. Press into the toes. Reach that heel back. So I'm pulling myself back toward that heel to stretch out the calf. Good. Excellent. And then relax. Let's go on to our side for some of our side leg movements today. All right, so along onto your mat, legs are going to be angled in your banana position, making sure your hips and your shoulders are nicely stacked and that we're not rolling back or forth. This hand can be your kickstand in the front, keeping long space from ear to shoulder here. All right, we're going to do some leg lifts today. So this top leg, we're going to spiral it and rotate it turned out. The bottom leg can be long. If that's not easy for you, you can bend your bottom leg if that's better for you. We're going to keep this waist long with a rotated leg. Lift up, but not so much that you collapse this waistline. So keep length and then lower it down. Inhale, lengthen to the waistline, just lifting that leg. And exhale, lower back down. So it might not be your biggest kick. Lifting up against the forces of gravity. Exhale, slowly squeezing together. And again, lifting up, no change in the waistline. You should feel this in the outer hip. Exhale, lower down. 2 more. Inhale, floating up. And exhale, reaching away. And again, inhale, floating up. Woo, quiver, quiver. And exhale, lowering away. Now then, keep it floating now so that your foot, knee, and hip are on the same plane. And we're going to do little circles. So this is our starting position. We're going to circle up and around into the back and down. Start small. And 2, maybe gradually getting bigger and bigger. And 3. We'll do 5, so you have something to measure yourself. 4. And 1 more time. 5. Woo, reverse it. Keep that spiraled leg. Turn it out. Reach. 1. Maybe start small. And go bigger. 2. Check in with this top shoulder. 3. That's it. And 4. Last time. 5. Good. And just let this leg fold in front to give it a rest. Let that hip stretch out. You can either stay like this, or if you prefer, you can bring this foot to stand. Okay, so whichever way is good for you. You're going to take now working the bottom leg. We're going to lift that bottom leg, flex the foot, and turn it out so my toes are pointing down to the floor, my heel is pointing up. I'm going to work from this inner thigh. We lift 10 times up to the sky. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That's it. 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And stay lifted. Point through the toes, and now do circles here. 5, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Reverse. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. And relax. You can return that leg if it was standing back to that position. Let's go into our final stretch before we go to the other side. Hands stacked, head on the floor. Fingertips reach forward with that top arm, spiraling the torso. Inhale and exhale into that beautiful stretch, spiraling the spine. Let your head rest on the floor. Gather, return, reach to the arm, and bring yourself back. Oh, good. Let's flip over to the other side. Find your banana position here. And again, hips and shoulders nicely stacked. All right. And once you're there, finding your abdominal support, let's take this top leg and spiral it turned out, and we'll do our slow leg lifts. Again, feel waistline long. Inhale, lifting up, and exhale, reaching away. And inhale, strong center, and exhale, lengthen away. Inhale, reaching up, feeling the inner thighs pull together. Long leg. Inhale, reach. Laser beam leg, reach out. Last time, inhale, floating up. And exhale, lowering down. Now starting in our hover position in parallel or in the horizontal of the floor, let's do our circles. Keep it turned out, circling forward and up and around. 1. Starting small, gradually getting bigger. 2 and 3 and 4. Drawing circles away from you on the wall. Bigger. 5. Woo! Keeping that balance and controls hard. Let's reverse it. Start small. 1. Spiraling that leg. And 2. And 3. Working against gravity is hard. 4. Last time, ab strong. 5. Woo! And bring that leg in for a little rest. You can either stay here or again stand on that foot. Working the bottom leg. We lift it, flex it, rotate from the hip. So again, my toes are pointing down, my heel is up, and I'm working this inner thigh. 10 lifts. We go. 1 and 2. Don't let the foot touch the floor. 3. Keep breathing. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 9. Good. 10, and stay lifted. Point through the toes. We circle. 1, whole leg. 2, from that hip. 3, and 4, and 5. Reverse. 1, and 2. Keeping that turn out. 3, and 4. Last time. 5, and rest. You can return that leg down to the floor if it's not there already. Stack the hands. Let your head rest on the floor. Top arm reaches past the bottom hand. And open into that lovely spiral. Release through the hip, through the low back, through the neck and chest and shoulders. Good. And then again, reach and gather to fold back in again. Nice. Okay. Roll over onto your back. We're going to gift ourselves with some good hip stretches next. So we're going to bring the knees into the chest and cross one ankle over your knee like you're casually sitting in a chair. Whichever leg that is, that hand is going to go between the two legs. We're going to link our hands and clasp behind the thigh, or if you can, on top of that shin into our pretzel stretch position. Carefully guide those legs in as you reach your tailbone down to the floor, so you're getting some oppositional stretch for the hips and the rotators there. Let your head rest on the floor as you're guiding those thighs in, feeling deep hip stretch here, okay? If you'd like a little different stretch, you can shift small, little micro shifts side to side, finding other tight angles in those muscles. When you find a good place, just hang out there and breathe. Send some love down into those tight spots. Great. And then we'll carefully unwind and do the other side. So crossing the other ankle over that knee. And again, that hand goes between. You can link behind the thigh or on top of the shin. And folding that pretzel shape in. Reach your tail down to the floor. Easy head and neck. You can press that elbow into the knee if you'd like to open up a deeper stretch as well. And then again, a little side shift side to side, finding other tight areas. And when you find a good one, just hang there and breathe. Good. And then again, we'll unwind and relax. Good. So we're going to go into our teaser work again today. Week by week, we've been adding these in. And some of us have been practicing the one leg at a time variation of this. And that's good. We're going to try, before we get there, start with your hands on the floor and the knees together, feet on the floor, a little further out from your hips. We're going to try coming into both legs, but we'll start in this initial way. Inhale, exhale, nod from that sternum, reach to the fingertips. See if you can roll yourself up and then float those feet up off the floor, coming into that little half teaser with both legs bent. Good. From here, inhale, exhale, scoop through the low belly, so you're really rolling through the sacrum, and lower the feet at the same time as you're unfurling the upper body. We'll try that a few times. Big inhale, exhale, nod and float. Reach to the fingertips, float the feet up. If you're more advanced, come into your full teaser position, extending the legs if you can. Arms parallel to those legs, heart open. Inhale here, exhale, bend the knees, scoop through the low belly, come back to where we started again. Much better, good. And rolling back down. Let's do that again. Inhale, exhale, zip up those abs. Float and reach. If you can't, unfurl all the way into that teaser position. Good work. Inhale and exhale, slowly lowering, rolling through the low back, and then unfurling back into that easy resting position. Very good. So that's a great way to practice to get into going into full teaser, coming into the floor, coming up into your full thing. We'll work toward that for next time. Let's sit up now and come into mermaid, one of our favorites. So you're sitting nice and long, sitting on one hip. Legs can either be swooshed to the side nice and tight, so you're really just sitting on that one hip. If that doesn't work for you, you can open into more of a fourth position Z-sit, okay? So that's an option. Pull those legs in, and then lengthen this arm all the way up by your ear. Inhale. Exhale, side bending over toward that mermaid tail. Woo, to feel that beautiful side stretch through those obliques and lats that we worked today. Hand goes behind the head. Inhale. Exhale, as we did in the beginning, scoop and twist. Rounding through the low back, stretching across the shoulders and the low spine. Return to that sideways position. Reach longer with that arm and gather and return. Let's bring this hand to the floor. Let go of your mermaid tail. Reach up and lifting the ribs to rainbow arc. Lower down onto your elbow. So really, again, making lots of space underneath you there. Good. Inhale, reach this top arm up to the ceiling, and then fingertips dive through. We're going to spiral twist, wringing out that torso. And then bringing it back to that mermaid side bend. Then press the space of open, looking back, opening your chest, feeling that energy through the arm, through the chest and shoulder. Bring yourself back to that sideways position. Zip up your abdominals, inhale, exhale, lengthen, bring yourself back up. Let's try one more side bend, mermaid, inhale, reach, and over toward that mermaid tail. Nice and compact and stacked. Inhale, hand behind the head. Exhale, scoop and twist. Very, very good. Come back to your sideways position, looking straight ahead. Reach farther than before, opening up that waistline. And bring yourself back up. Good. Everybody gets to do some break dancing. Swing those legs around to the other side. That's it. And again, find that same position, either legs tucked in, swoop to the side, or more open, whatever feels better on your waistline, on your hip. And again, holding onto that outer ankle. Let's inhale, reach vertical, and up and over. Feeling that length running all the way from your fingertip down to your pelvis. Hand behind the head, inhale, exhale, fold and twist. Deep, deep stretch. Enjoy that. Come back to your sideways position and lengthen farther. And then bring yourself back up. Alternating hands, this hand comes to the floor, other arm reaches up. Lifting that rib cage, side bend, lowering down to your elbow. That's it. Inhale, reaching this top arm, and then fingertips dive through, spiral, rotate, twist, wringing out your rib cage. Good internal organ massage. Return to that rainbow, and then press the space open, looking up, and then back to your side position. Good. Inhale, engage your abdominals. Exhale, see if you can rely not so much on that bottom arm to bring you back up. Good. Last mermaid. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, over again. Maybe you can go a little farther this time now that we've opened things up. Inhale, hand behind the head. And exhale, spiral twist. Deep stretch. Come back to your side bend. And the farthest you've reached are all the way over. And then bring yourself back up. Good. Bring those legs out in front of you. And now working the feet a little bit. Again, flexing the feet, pulling those toes back, and then pushing through. We can mirror this with our hands again. Flexing, since that was the theme of the day. And pointing, and flexing, and extending. Last time, flex. And point. Now see if you can circle hands and feet at the same time. Work that brain coordination. And reversing. Hands and feet go the opposite way. Working that coordination. Good. Inhale, lengthen all the way up. Exhale, reaching forward over your legs. Stretch out that low back. Good. And roll up through your spine. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, gather it up. This time, exhale, sending that love out to all those mothers out there, mothers of all sorts, all the way down. And roll yourself up. And I thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you all very much. Have a beautiful, beautiful Sunday. Bye, everybody.